So we recently got a bunch of new info regarding upcoming characters and changes in the 2.7, 3.0, and beyond versions of the game. Before we set forth on a new journey in 3.0, we have one more patch in the 2.x series of patches, and it's bringing us two very different units that do very different things. That being said, the patch right before a new full version, some people are a little bit skittish when it comes to spending their hard-earned Honkai bucks, or whatever it is, Stellar Jades. They're Stellar Jades. They're hard-earned Stellar Jades that they used their parents' credit card to foolishly buy, which was a bad decision. But anyway, those ill-gotten gains, or regularly gotten gains, are available for your use in the 2.7 patch, and should you use them? I'm making this video just to lay out the reasons why you would potentially pull everyone's favorite hodgepodge of Catholic symbolism or everyone's favorite dead fox, Sunday and Fugue. Starting with Monday, the reasons why you would pull this guy is one, you like the character. This one is fairly obvious. But if you really like a character, you should just pull that unit. Power creep is faster in a game like Star Rail than it is in Genshin, so truly free-to-play accounts can struggle a bit with endgame if they only pull on units they fancy, but I believe in you. Plus, he's really broken anyway, so he's probably worth pulling regardless. Speaking of which, reason number 2 to pull Sunday is that you really like Jing Yuan. Same thing, if you want to play Jing Yuan, well hey, you should probably pull Sunday. I've talked about this already, but Jing Yuan is getting a major buff in the form of Sunday, and that's great for any Jing Yuan fans out there. If you're planning on getting Jing Yuan on this rerun, pull Sunday too. If you want to get Eidolons for Jing Yuan, pull Sunday instead. Because once again, he's going to actually make Jing Yuan really meta, at least for a patch or two, until we get other summon units that Sunday might prefer to work with. The third reason to pull Sunday is something I just alluded to, which is if you're really interested in the new Remembrance class. We know this class is generally summon-based, and while they may use those summons in different ways that we just aren't aware of yet, Sunday's ability to action advanced summons is going to be useful for sure. So in general, Sunday is a good pull because he's not only, very unfortunately, power creeping units like Sparkle and some hyper-carry teams, but also he's the best in slot support for a new type of team archetype founded around summons. This helps guys like Jing Yuan now and will help new summon-based units in the future. Like you're a new summon-based unit. There's going to be a Remembrance MC, which means you're going to have a summon. They're called servants, but they're summons. It's the same basic concept, just with extra steps. So yeah, it helps guys like Jing Yuan and the new Remembrance MC, as well as Aglia? Algae? Algae. Algae. But anyway, it helps units like that in the future as well. So honestly, he'll probably be good for a long time, so feel free to get him now if you want to use a 1.0 DPS to clear MOC, or if you're interested in Aglia. Fugue is in a different spot, as she's focused on an existing archetype and not on future units. So why should you pull for Fugue? I'm going to skip the if you like this unit part because I already said that, and instead point out that she is coming in to replace Harmony Trailblazer. So if you plan to use the new Remembrance MC on one side of MOC and still want to run a break team with someone like Firefly on side B of MOC, then you can use Fugue in place of your HMC. She doesn't provide as much super break as the MC does, but her other utility more than helps her make up for the difference. So she's another break support, and since your premier super break support is going to be turning into a Remembrance unit, at least sometimes, and obviously you can just turn them back into a break unit if you want at any time, but if you want to use Remembrance MC, if they turn out to be really good on side A, you can use Fugue on side B. Now the second reason is if you're like me and are an idiot and like running scuffed break teams on both sides of MOC for some reason, then hey, you can go ahead and pull Fugue to help you out with that. There are times where I remember clearing MOC with a full Firefly team on one side, and then on side B I had Boot Hill alongside Aventurine, Bronya, and Pela. Fugue helps you out by putting you not in that situation, by giving you actual valuable break supports on both sides, if that's something you want to do. She provides some really good support for your break units, not just super break, but some other utility that we're going to get into in a minute, and can also break herself if you need her to. The third thing is if you just want to upgrade your break team, mostly with units like Rappa and Boot Hill, but for Firefly as well in some cases. Fugue is good for all three of these carries, but I do feel like she serves Rappa and Boot Hill best. In fact, I think Boot Hill honestly benefits the most from her kit, which is weird because it's not even my birthday yet. With how break supports and relic sets were being released with Boot Hill and Firefly, I would never think we'd get a support that benefited Boot Hill more than Firefly, honestly. But Fugue, aside from providing super break, creates exo toughness bars that you can break to break the enemy a second time. This benefits Boot Hill and Rappa more than Firefly because Firefly is more of just a raw super break carry, whereas Boot Hill loves getting the actual break off himself, as well as getting his 3 talent stacks as fast as possible. And for Rappa, she gains stacks to buffer talent damage every time you break an enemy, so like breaking more is good. And one more piece of utility is the ability to provide Omni Break to the target of her skill. This means that Boothill can gain stacks easier and break smaller enemies without his Alter technique. It's less useful on the others because Firefly and Rappa already have a form of Omni Break in their kits, and the two don't really stack. So all in all, while we're certainly going to meet a bunch of cool and very broken units in the 3.x series of patches, should you pull either of these two units? Well, St. Patrick's Day is a premium support for a new type of team, and Fugue is the final piece of the break support puzzle, at least for now. And I suspect we won't be getting a break support anytime in the near future after this, probably. They both have good reasons to be pulled. Sunday is set up for success with more future units, but if you like break units, especially Rappa and Boothill, then pull Fugue and she'll help you out. Also for Linkshot, because I swear Linkshot just does a crap ton of damage sometimes. That's really all I've got for you, is really my brief thoughts on the matter. I'm going to be working on History of Harmony in the near future as well, but I want the release of that video to kind of be closer to Sunday's actual release. Same thing with the eventual Nihility video in Fugue, so that won't be out for a while yet. No, I'm not just putting off that one, I promise. I have actual reasons. But the next video I upload will probably not be a Star Rail video. It'll be something completely different, so be prepared for that. That doesn't mean that Star Rail is going anywhere, though. I'm in too deep to drop this game anyway, even if I wanted to. But yeah, I just want to make stuff that isn't just Star Rail. So like, comment, Subway Sandwich, all that good stuff, and I am personally pulling Fugue and skipping Sunday, but that's just because, for starters, I pulled Sparkle 5 times, so I'm not going to pull the unit that power crept Sparkle because I'm just angry about it. Also, I've just never been the biggest Sunday guy in general, and I'd rather pull Fugue because I am just obsessed with pulling break supports because I don't know why. So that's my little thing. Have a good day.